What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Here on location at a delivery. I'm just waiting for a phone call to get a door assignment, but I'm going to talk about today's delivery in a little bit. But before we get to that, I just wanted to talk about my week a little bit, and just what got me to this point on Friday. It's Friday. I make my delivery today. I go home. I'm about probably not even 30 minutes from the house. But as some of you know, I am a regional driver, and side note, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. I make a lot of trucking content, a lot about sweet, if that's what you're after. Check out my stuff, it's pretty good. I think so, at least. But today, yeah, it's going to be a little different. Just going to be telling you about my week and stuff and making this delivery. But so I'm a regional guy. I work Monday through Fridays. I get home every weekend. I'm averaging like 2,500 miles a week or so. So get a couple loads, you know, run like the Northeast or the Midwest or into the South or wherever, and get back to Pennsylvania for, my home time for the weekend. Oh, excuse me, turn the radio down. So Monday I got a pickup, and I arrive at the pickup, and it's a load that's going up to Michigan for PA to Michigan. I've done this load plenty of times, and it's one of those facilities that you have to slide your tandems to, and then back into the door to load, all that. Just like, a lot of places are like that. So anyway, I get myself set up and I go back into the dock. So I stop, I go to slide my tandems all the way back. I pull the trailer valves and all that, and pull the pan on the trailer, slide the tandems all the way to the back, and then I go to push the valves back into the door, and I notice that there's an air leak on the trailer. I can tell this because my red valve is hissing and making noise. It's not like hissing and then slowing down and then stopping. It just keeps hissing and hissing and hissing. And eventually, a couple seconds go by, and then my warning lights and buzzers come on the dashboard. So I'm like, all right, there's something wrong. So I go out and investigate, and sure enough, there's a hole. Well, not a hole. The airline that goes to the little pneumatic valve for the air-operated tandem release has come off the back of the valve itself. I'll put a picture up. So I have a major air leak now. And when you have a major air leak, you cannot move. Like, you can't back the truck up anymore because the air brakes are locked on the trailer. It's caged. Sorry, there's somebody behind me. I'm watching it in my mirror. Yeah, you can't move the air brakes because they're caged, obviously, and locked on. So you can't slide, or you can't back up or do anything. So, wait, hold on a second. My apologies. I had to move. Where I'm at right now, it's like there's like a business behind the business where I'm at, and it's a very small lot, and there's a road. There's like apparently a road that goes back to a different business back there. I went to the spot that the security guard told me to park at, but apparently it was the access to the back of the building. Anyway, so I just had to move over one and get a different spot. But anyway, so I got a major air leak on the trailer. I can't move. Obviously the trailer won't roll because there's no air back there to unrelease the brakes. So I stop in the middle of the parking lot. I jump out and try to fix it myself. I have some basic hand tools on board, but it was not, to keep a long story short, it was not enough to mend or fix the trailer myself. I had the maintenance guy came out from the facility where I was at. It was very cool of him to try to help me. We were messing with it. There was one of the loaders came out. We were all trying to get it just enough to, that I could at least get into the door and get loaded. But unfortunately, we couldn't get it the way that it broke. It was just nothing that we could do by hand. It had to get a new piece of airline and a new little brass fitting and stuff on it. Like, it was just this whole thing. It turned into a whole big thing for an air leak. So what I ended up doing was I was literally in the middle of their parking lot, like in front of one of their doors, and it was a small area too. So like I was like kind of blocking some of the doors. I couldn't sit there. So what I did was I ended up just jamming like a little snub nose Phillips head screwdriver right into the air hole. So at least I could, move the trailer without it just dragging it across the parking lot, bouncing all over the place. Because it was empty too, mind you. So I got it out of the way. Called road repair. They sent somebody out, but that took it set me back because it took like 4 hours for them to come out and then repair what had to be repaired, and then I had to get loaded. They didn't take the load off me enough, and I was at the shipper, so that set me behind. I got loaded, and then I started rolling. I was going to Michigan, like I said earlier. So I get loaded. I think I leave like 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and by this point, you know, my clock, I'm already into my 14, so my clock is kind of butchered. I go as far as I can go. I get into Ohio on 80 on the turnpike, and I get in one of the rest area, the plazas there. And then I'm doing my post trip, and I notice that I have a flat tire. This trailer, mind you, that I had did not have the auto inflators on it, so it wasn't like a blowout, like a recap didn't fall off or anything like that. It must have just caught a nail or something and it just went flat, because, you know, you could like, I grabbed it and you could like shake it. It was just sitting on the rim, no air in it or nothing, no. So this is like 10:30-ish at night, so I call my road repair back again in the same day, and they're not there after 10 o'clock. They're not a 24-hour operation, unfortunately, so I call my after-hours dispatch and I let them know what's going on, and they're like, yeah, they're not there after 10, but you can call back at 7 a.m. and then you'll get right in, you know, right when they first come in. So I didn't get hours back till like 8:30, you know, in the morning, that next morning anyway. So I was like, all right, that won't be too bad. So I'll call them at 7. Hopefully they get somebody out there. No. So I call them at right first thing in the morning, and they're like, all right, let's see, I'm going to make some phone calls and we'll see if we can get out to you. I'm like, all right, I'm like just south of Cleveland, right on I-80, so I'm not in the middle of nowhere. So I'm like, all right, somebody, you know, look at somebody out here. And they call me back like an hour later. They're like, yeah, we tried like 5 or 6 different facilities near you. They all had like a 4-hour plus waiting period. But we got somebody, I don't even remember what they said, like the name of the company. It wasn't like a Love's or anything like that, normal tire repair, road repair, something. It was like probably just a guy in a pickup or something that does it. I don't know. They didn't say, it wasn't like a big company or anything like that I recognized, so I don't even remember the name of it, to be honest. But they were like, yeah, it'll be there in like 2.5 hours, so we're looking at like a 10:45-ish ETA. So I'm like, great. So I'm pretty tired from the day before, so I don't even get out of bed till right around the time that this person is supposed to arrive. So like 10:45-ish comes around, so then I get up, I get ready, and I'm like looking around, and then it occurs to me that I'm parked alongside of a curb on the driver's side, and the driver's side is that side of the trailer where the guy's gonna have to work. That's where the flat is. So I was like, all right, I'll move over to a different spot, because I got there late again last night. There was no parking, so I had to make my own spot, park alongside of a curb, no big deal. So I'll just move so he has room to work on the left-hand side, right? So I move, and then I go out. I move to a different spot, and then I go out and check the tires again, just to confirm that it was the left side, and the tire was fixed. What? Nobody was there. Nobody that I knew was there. I didn't get any paperwork. I didn't have to sign anything. The tire was fixed. I do a circle. I take my tire thumper. I hit every single tire again to make sure I wasn't crazy, like I didn't get mixed up or anything like that. But no, they were all good. I'm like, bro, what? Like, so I just leave. So at this point, I'm feeling the heat. I'm already behind. I just leave. I call my road repair, or my shop, road repair, and I say, I'm like, hey, like, I'm just, you know, calling to check in and see what was going on. The tire that I called about this morning, like, it's now fixed. They're like, oh yeah, the guy came out and he left like over an hour ago. I'm like, bro, ain't nobody told me that. Y'all didn't call me. He didn't knock on the door and say, hey, you're all good to go. Like, he must have just, well, let me say this, that he did not jack up the trailer. He did not take any wheels off, because I would have felt or heard, you know, the air gun, you know, blowing off all the nuts and all that. And I did not hear or feel anything. Now, mind you, I was in bed, but I was not asleep. And I was vigilant at the time. I was listening, obviously, you know, for anything, you know, for a door. I was anticipating this person arriving. Didn't get any paperwork, no knock on the door, not, hey, you're all good to go, nothing. I don't know if he thought I was sleeping or what, but never got any word. So I just left. And thankfully I did that, because I'm already behind. Now I'm behind again because this person took a little bit to come out. You know, it's not their fault, but, you know, it is what it is. So I'm really behind. So I get to Michigan, make my delivery. So I'm just behind for the week. You know, those two big setbacks just set me behind. And my next load is from Michigan down to South Carolina. And I have a Thursday, this is Tuesday late, I'm in Tuesday afternoon now, like 6, 7 o'clock by the time I get to my next pickup in Michigan for the South Carolina load. It's a drop and hook, thankfully, so it wasn't too bad picking up out of there, but it is heavy. It's like 44,000 pounds. It's like going down into like rural, I can't say that word right, South Carolina. This is Tuesday PM. I pick it up. It's Thursday 7 a.m. delivery appointment. I get the address, punch it in, start rolling. I get as far as I can on Tuesday, you know, before my 11 is up, and then I shut down, and then I start as soon as my 10-hour hit. I put myself on duty, did my pre-trip, like I'm going right away, trying to make up as much lost time as possible. I drive all my full 11, Wednesday, and get myself about 40 minutes away from my delivery address. So I did good. I made up for that, some of that lost time, and I set myself up. I wasn't going to miss my appointment. Thankful for that. Like, if you run hard enough, sometimes you can make up for setbacks like that. So that's what I did. Thursday comes around, I get up, I drive the 40 minutes to my appointment address and all that, and I get there, I check in with security, and they're like, all right, yeah, go around the back of the building, and then check in with so-and-so back there, so you can, figure out your door assignment or whatever. So I go in the office, I talk to the lady, she's like, this is for here? I was like, yeah, this is so-and-so address, so-and-so business, right? And you're like, yeah, that's it. I show her the address on my bill of lading. Like, oh, this does happen, she figured it out. Oh, this does happen sometimes. This does happen sometimes, but you gotta go to our other satellite warehouse. Like, we don't have the room for this here. Bruh. Like, that would have been good to know, dude. Thankfully, it was only 9 hours away. 7 a.m. appointment, I get there at 7. It's only 9 miles away. But I'm just going by what my bills say, dude. I'm going by the information given to me by the company, by what the bills say. It would have been good to know. Should have let somebody know that if that was the case. Mind you, I'm in rural South Carolina, dude. I'm miles and miles and miles away from any major interstates. All it is like county roads, like back roads, and like state highways, which are basically just glorified 2-lane roads. This ain't booming area. I'm like, I don't even know. I was kind of near Florence, but like not really. That's probably the closest place to it. I was like in there, in the middle of nowhere in the woods, dude. Like in the pines and all that. Rural area. 9 miles away. But there are obviously, roads that semi-trucks cannot roll on. It takes me 35 minutes to go 9 miles. So I get there, and I finally get to this place. It's a tiny little warehouse. It has one dock door, and it's right off a street. And when I tell you that this is absolutely straight truck territory, it is not made for semi-trucks at all. I'm not exaggerating. This is absolutely straight truck territory. You have to back in off a street. It is a side, so I was thankful for that. It made it a little bit easier for me. But you have to like go into traffic and then block up both sides, and then to make your back. And it's like there's like kind of a curve right there. I didn't get any photos or anything of it because I was just in the moment I was just trying to get it in there safely and quickly, so I'm not blocking traffic for too long. I got my 4-ways on. I do it safely. I get out and look once just to make sure I'm not too close on my my blind side or whatever. By the time it is all said and done, there was a truck in the door. He leaves. It was a straight truck. He leaves. I get backed in. It is now 8 o'clock. So now I'm an hour behind. And mind you that I already have my next pickup scheduled for me to get me back to Pennsylvania because it's already Thursday morning. I usually get home on Fridays. So they got my next scheduled pickup on me. It's in Rock Hill, South Carolina, which is just south of Charlotte. Pretty busy area. There's a lot of warehouses and stuff around here. Some of you guys might know where I'm at, but Rock Hill, South Carolina, I got a pickup that's going to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania for today's delivery, and that's scheduled for 10 a.m. Now, mind you, I am 3 hours away in the middle of nowhere trying to make up for lost time after trying to make up for more lost time that I lost in the front half of the week. So it has just been, it was a challenge. I get unloaded. They take about an hour to unload me at the small place, the satellite place. I get rolling. I obviously notify my dispatcher, as soon as I learn that I'm not going to be there and, the morning's happenings that, with the address mix up and all that. I let them know, so they have to, let the broker know or whatever they got to do on their end to adjust the appointment time. I fly up to Rock Hill. I don't stop anywhere along the way. I get there right around 12 o'clock. I'm late. I'm anticipating the worst because some of these places can be cutthroat. Like, if you're late, like, they can just be like, back of the line, sorry, we'll work you in, you know, whatever they say. But thankfully they got me right in, and I was in and out of that place within like an hour. I think it took me like 45 minutes to load, and then you got to go back to the office, get your paperwork, seal it up, you know, put a strap on there for good measure. So I drive as far as I can on Thursday. I make it actually all the way from South Carolina all the way back into Pennsylvania on I-81. I make it just over the border into like Greencastle. I stopped at the TA there last night. Now, if anybody's ever been to that TA in I think it's Greencastle, same way, near Waynesboro, right off I-81 over there. They know it's like 190 spots, and I'm like, all right, cool. So there'll definitely be a spot for me when I get there. I get there around 8:30-ish. And then that's when I realized that more than half of these 190 spots that are in this TA are all paid. Like, because why wouldn't they be? And of course, because it's that time of night, you know, or that time of, yeah, I guess you call it night. All the free spots are taken, so there's nothing but reserve spots. So I'm like, God damn, like, can't catch a break this week, man. Like, it's just one thing after another, just little things that just put you back, put you behind, you know, setbacks after setback. Now, mind you, this wasn't a time setback, but just after the couple of days that I've been having, like, this is just like another little thing. I'm just like, bro, like, for real? So anyway, I decide that I'm going to go inside and pay for the spot. I'll get a little something to eat, because this is an actual TA that still has one of those restaurants on the inside. So I'm like, all right, I bet. Like, I'll just get a little something to eat. And as I'm walking inside, I noticed, you know, you have to get like the receipt printout, and they like, you know, hang it from the windshield to know that you paid for all that. And I'm noticing they're just like receipts that somebody has flipped over and just Sharpied on. It says Thursday 9/1. And it's on every single windshield that I'm looking at, and all these paid spots. I'm looking at it, I'm like, I could just forge this. So I went inside. Now, that TA still got money from me. I ordered food. I spent like $20 at the restaurant. I got a receipt. So I don't feel bad about not paying for parking. And in fact, some of them, if you spend money in the restaurant, like, they'll just count it towards the parking. I don't know if this one did that. I didn't inquire on for obvious reasons. So I get my receipt. I write on it. I replicate what I've been seeing through all the windshields and all the receipts hanging from the windows. Thursday 9/1. Hang in my window. Nobody bothers me. Finally, a break, right? After the week that I've been having. So, fast forward. This morning, I get up first thing, make it here on time. I got a 10 a.m. delivery into Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. I'm here. I'm not far from the house. I'm like not even 30, 40 minutes from the house or whatever. I get here at 10 o'clock. Bang! Right on time. Check in with security. He's like, we ain't got no doors for you yet, so just park over in this parking pad, you know, in that spot. Remember how I said earlier how I had to move? Park in that spot over here. So I'm like, all right, no problem. Bam! Take the paperwork into the receiving office and, you know, check in with them, and then they'll call you with a door or whatever. So I'm like, all right, bet. I go into the receiving office, and it's one of those situations where the people inside the receiving office, you know, they see you waiting at the window, but they're just carrying on with the conversation amongst themselves. Just standing there for like 10 minutes, just like, fuck my time. I guess it's not valuable to these other people. That bothers me. I try to be cool and calm and collected, at, you know, because I'm a professional out here and I'm representing my company, dude. Like, but like, I'm the one bringing your fucking freight here, dude. Like, the least you could do is just like, hey, all right, what's your phone number? All right, we'll call you with a door. Nah, they make me stand there for like over 10 minutes, and then they finally comes over to the window. A little rude if you ask me, but I was here on time. Now I'm just gonna, you know, 10 minutes is not worth it to you to like just quick check me in so I can go back and, you know, go about my business. But whatever, you know, that's a common problem in this industry, you know. But anyway, so now I'm here, backed into a spot. I'm out of this guy's way to get access to shop or whatever. I noticed hanging up near the receiving office window that there's like all kinds of little, you know, printed out pieces of paper that say, you know, this, that, and the third, directions to drivers, this, that. You see that all the time. I noticed the one that says, this is a breakdown facility. What's the runabout? The runabout way of saying it is that, like, they They don't just like offload you with like a forklift or a pallet jack to remove the pallets off your truck. They literally go into your trailer and they break down the pallets on your trailer, and then piece by piece break down the pallets and then put them away in their facility. It says on that same piece of paper that there is a minimum wait time, unload time of 3 hours, minimum 3 hours to unload your truck, and it could take up to as much as 12 hours. I'm like, bro, are you fucking kidding me, dude? On a Friday, after I fucking busted my balls getting to this goddamn place to make sure I was here on time and make it up for setbacks and lost time and bullshit and the trials and tribulations of an American truck driver, flat tires, and phantom tire ninja repair people that don't notify. Dude, you could be the most efficient and time sensitive and courteous and respectful truck driver out on the goddamn road, all the etiquette in the world, and it will not matter because you get to a place on a Friday like this and you will sit here for up to 12 hours. Oh, dude. They probably don't even pay you not breakdown pay, detention. Because they're like, oh, we have a sign up that says. So annoying. You could be the most efficient, time-sensitive, hard-working, ball-busting truck driver they got. And you get here where they say you have to get here by, and it won't even matter. It is now almost 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm not even in the door yet. What was the point of giving me a 10 a.m. appointment if you can't even get me in the door, dude? I kept my end of the deal. I was here on your time that you said I needed to be here, and it didn't matter. Just a rant. Everybody who's been trucking for at least a little bit has recognized this and understood this, but it's just like, dude, it's Friday. I'm real close to the house. I'm real close to running out of patience. Like, come on. Despite all odds and setbacks, I made it back to Pennsylvania on time. I flew, average of 600-700 miles a day just to make sure I got back on time. I made up for lost time for things that were out of my control, dude. I can't help that I caught a nail somewhere and caught a flat, or the piece of shit trailer, busted an airline. Like, I can't help that. Or that somebody else gave me the wrong address. I can't help that. I made sure I held up my end of the deal to make sure I was here on the scheduled appointment time, and all of that was for nothing because now I'm here and it doesn't matter because appointment times are whatever and my time isn't valued, whatever. Fuck me, right? But I try to keep it cool. Try to keep it kosher. Try to keep it 100. I'm here. I'm alive. I'm healthy. It's a beautiful day. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to get unloaded because I want to get my weekend started, dude. It's just like one of them things, man. So, I say all that to say that I'm here. I'm going to show you guys what I'm looking at. Can I flip? This is what I'm looking at. This is the place where I'm at. Shout out to CNS Wholesale Grocers on North Commerce Way in Bethlehem. Yo guys are the bomb. Not. So. No matter what you do, dude, things that are out of your control will hinder you. And I don't even know, like, I'm sitting here explaining all this and talking about this like it's not already something that we all don't already know, but just trials and tribulations of an American truck driver, being at the mercy of other people and their appointments that, God forbid I missed my appointment, dude. Whew. If I missed that 10 a.m. delivery this morning, nah, bro, you gotta come back. We'll work you in. We'll do this, we'll do that. You gotta come back, tomorrow or Sunday or Monday. Then it's my fucking fault. Nah. But anyway, I just felt like a need for a rant. Because this week was just one of those weeks. Now, this doesn't happen to me often. That's why I like to do pre and post trips to make sure my shit is straight. If there's any issues, I call, let them know, get it repaired. Bam, bam, bam. So stuff like this does not happen. But this week was just one of those weeks, man. It's just, no matter what you did or what you tried to do or didn't do, or is what it is. But anyway, guys, that's all I got for you. Hopefully this doesn't take all fucking day, but it probably will, because why wouldn't it? If you're new here, consider subscribing. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Drop a comment down below. Tell me your thoughts. I'll probably be here, so I'll try and upload this today, and I'll get back to you. You know, I'm usually pretty good about responding to people ASAP. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. A little rant. I hope everybody has a wonderful week, man. Friday, payday. It's always a good thing. God willing, we get a bunch more of those, so. What's up, bro? Sorry, some guy just walked by. But yeah, that's all I got. Everybody be good, stay blessed. Have a great weekend, man. If you're going home, enjoy the time off. If you're out there rolling, keep it rolling, bro. Make that money, bro. And we'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.